Sunday afternoon in northern Rio, in Madureira. A man and a smartphone. Nothing else is necessary for a Mídia Ninja live report. It's broadcast live over the internet, and anyone who wants can watch. A change of scene, Sao Paulo. These are what could be considered the editorial offices of Mídia Ninja. Everyone's constantly on the internet, more precisely on social networks, because they're the only places the Ninja's reports, videos, and live streams appear. They don't even have their own website. The reporters see themselves as activists. They earn nothing. They're working for what they consider a just cause. Mídia Ninja came to public notice a good 8 months ago with the countrywide demonstrations.
Through our
coverage of the mass protests and street campaigns, people began to notice us. They were looking for alternative information, different from what the traditional media were broadcasting. Many of them identified with Mídia Ninja's coverage.
Tens of thousands followed the brutal police attacks online.
That's our aesthetic, that view from the street, that of the demonstrators. It's characteristic of Mídia Ninja, and I don't think it makes us vulnerable, because we still have the responsibility to show what's happening and not distort events. On the contrary, I think that gives us even more legitimacy.
Using new platforms inventively, the climate is favorable for alternative media. In Brazil's urban centers, such as Sao Paulo, there's a need for more, and for more diverse information. Whether or not it's more balanced information, is that important? It's certainly important for the people who founded Publica. Their idea, an agency for investigative journalism with 11 staff reporters. Their stories appear on the agency's website and also in more than 70 daily newspapers and on popular internet services. The principle, Publica donates its content. It can do so because it's funded by international bodies and isn't under pressure to produce.
The demand for this kind of journalism is much greater than people thought. In a traditional commercial model, these reports cost a lot of money, but they're essential to our democratic process and the big debates in our country. For instance, our series on mega investments in infrastructure projects in the Amazon can have a huge impact. When research like that is posted on the internet, the response is enormous. The reports are used, reused, discussed, tweeted, and shared a lot.
The platform Reporter Brazil and its founder Leonardo Sakamoto also have investigative ambitions. It was launched in 2001. Since that time, many studies on the linkage between the economy and the environment have appeared. Among the alternative online media, the staff at Reporter Brazil are already old hands. Leonardo Sakamoto is also an influential blogger. His voice is in even more demand since the wave of protests.
When the people demonstrate, the response is, but aren't Brazilians usually happy and don't they love to party? What's happening? I think it was kind of a warning with the message, stop, we may have grown economically and achieved some improvements, but we're far behind when it comes to civil rights for large segments of the population.
Time and again, Reporter Brazil exposes dangerous working conditions. They covered a countrywide study of Brazilian slaughterhouses whose meat is sold in 150 nations through global retail chains. As a large emerging nation with major sporting events approaching, Brazil has awakened many expectations, perhaps too many, says Sakamoto.
When it comes to Brazil's image abroad, then it's either Christ ascending or Christ in freefall. I think the ascent was never real, nor is the freefall. Let's be slightly more precise, not so euphemistic, but also not so pessimistic. We're in the midst of a process, and these new media that are growing or being created are important because they advance that process.
One thing the new media have in common, they're banking on a society that wants to make a difference and challenge its country.